Van life sounds amazing, but it's so easy to get it wrong. I've made the mistake so that you don't have to. Here's 8 van life hacks I wish I knew before I started. Quick tips that will make a big impact. Let's get into it.
If you want to use your camper more, this is the easiest way to make it happen. Nothing ruins a peaceful drive quicker than rattles. Honestly, it does my head in. You hit the road, excited for the trip, but within 10 minutes, it sounds like someone's shaking a bag of cutlery in the back. Plates, pans, cupboard doors, whatever you've got, all clattering away while you're just trying to enjoy the drive. Now there's multiple solutions to this, with the easiest being to turn the tunes all the way up and have a camper karaoke session, which I can say from personal experience, there really is nothing wrong with.
I seen a rainbow yesterday, but too many storms have come and got me.
The real fix, you've got to pack smart. Towels, tea towels, even bits of old t-shirts. Shove them between anything that moves or clinks. Wrap your pans, wedge stuff in tight, and don't leave anything that can roll about or knock against each other. And cupboard doors, they're just the worst. I stuck a few of those sticky back rubber pads on mine, and it massively cut down the noise. A couple of quid and takes 5 minutes, but it saves your ears every single trip. Look, your van's never going to glide along like a Range Rover, but spending half an hour doing this could well save you from hours of torment. This tip may seem a bit obvious. Carrying toilet roll is about as important as it gets. You forget the toilet roll and you're in trouble. Trust me, it's a rookie mistake. Even if you're not planning to wild camp, you still need toilet roll on board. I've seen people at campsites walking around desperately asking their neighbours for a roll because the toilets have run out. It's a pain. Not only is it essential for the obvious reason, but it also doubles up as a lifesaver in other situations. Toilet roll works as tissues, cloths, napkins, and remember the rattles from earlier? A roll of toilet paper shoved between things can actually work as a great little rattle suppressor. When you're away in your camper, it becomes your everything. Your vehicle is your home and your sanctuary when you want to get away from it all. Dirt and mud inside your camper is inevitable. It's the one thing that will drive you mad. But when you park up in nature, there's no avoiding it. You'll track in dirt. And if you're like me, you'll want to keep it under control. The fix? Get a small brush by the door. Every time you get in or out, just quickly sweep the area. It takes a second, but makes a huge difference. Want to go a step further? Grab a small handheld vacuum. These little things are amazing. They're compact enough to fit in a cubby, they charge easy, and they can suck up dirt in seconds. The best part? They're cheap. You fancy a spontaneous trip, but the van's not ready to go, so you don't go. It happens more than you'd think. You get that itch, weather looks good, bit of free time, should we nip out for a brew? Next thing you know, you're rummaging for clothes, there's no food in the cupboards, and the bedding's in the wash. And by the time you've sorted all that, the moment has passed, and you stay home. Honestly, the number one thing that helps me get the most out of van life is keeping it ready to go. This doesn't mean keeping it fully packed like you're off to the Alps, but it just means the basics are there. Food-wise, I just keep a stash of non-perishables in the cupboard. Cereal bars, pot noodles, biscuits, easy stuff. Even if it's just a day trip, it means you've got something with you without needing to stop at a shop. Clothing's a big one too. I bought a few cheap bits from Next. Black t-shirts, a couple of hoodies, joggers, nothing fancy, just stuff that's light and comfy and doesn't need ironing. It lives in the van full-time, folded away in a little drawer. They also help to keep me looking slim after the pub meals and a few drinks. I treat it like a go bag. The van's always stocked with the essentials, so I can just turn the key and go.
You sit down after a long drive, the sun's out, beer in hand, and your back's gone in 10 minutes. The chair's digging into you, you're shuffling around trying to get comfortable, and all of a sudden, it's just not that relaxing anymore. I made that exact mistake. I spent all the money on the van and thought, I'll just grab a couple of those cheap camping chairs. Bad move. You're out in these amazing places, wanting to just sit and take it all in, and instead you start shuffling around. What a way to ruin a perfectly good experience. Look, not all camping chairs are equal, and this is not a place you want to skimp. A good camping chair really is an investment into the experience. Make sure you get a chair with good padding that's plenty sturdy enough, and if you're really lucky, you'll even get a built-in beer holder. You spend a lot of time in your chair, and after you've spent thousands on a camper van, spending £50 or more per chair really will feel like a bargain.
Getting out into nature often means no signal. Now that's the dream, right? Escaping the noise, switching off until it starts raining and you're stuck in the van for an hour. Sometimes when you're sitting around a fire and you need some music to add even more atmosphere, or maybe you've been caught out by a rain shower and are having to spend an hour shacked up in your camper van watching an iPad. Having some music and films downloaded on whatever device you have with you comes in more than handy. Now you may not have realised, but I love music. It's on when I wake up, when I'm driving, when I'm cooking in the van. However, it's more regular than you think to not have signal when we're out camping. So a couple of downloaded playlists on Spotify or a film or two saved on Netflix have kept me going more than once. Although if all else fails, you can't go wrong with an old-fashioned book. Nothing kills a spontaneous trip quicker than an empty fuel tank. You've got the time, the weather's spot on, you're in the mood to get out there, but the tank's flashing empty. Suddenly, you're stuck on the sofa, watching a Gogglebox repeat you've already seen. I'm taking a guess here, but the fact you're watching this video probably tells me that you'd rather be out camping. That's why I've made it a habit. When I'm heading home from a trip, I fill the van up. Simple. That way, next time I get the itch to hit the road, I'm good to go. Now, if you're using your van daily, I get that keeping it full isn't always realistic, but even keeping it above a quarter of a tank means you're always ready for a last-minute brew in the country. No beers in the fridge? That's a rookie move. Now, I get it, not everyone's into a drink, but for me, having a few cold ones ready to go can completely change a trip. You never know who you're going to park up next to or end up chatting with.
What a rig you got there, amigo.
That is quite a rig you guys have there too.
Some of the best stories I've told and heard have been shared over a beer. It's how friendships start, it's how memories get made, and honestly, if that's not one of the best things about van life, then I don't know what is. Cheers.